Hello and welcome to the Californian hills of Sonoma, just north of San Francisco, in Sears Point. Oh, someone's doing something there, Lando Norris. Anyway, Lewis Hamilton will be starting on pole. There's a cone being launched there as they all exit the pits. Quite narrow pit lanes, so actually you don't want them just go on the grid. But yeah, they do what they want to do, I guess. I don't control it. I'm just sat in the UK commentating on it. 10 PM, very late. 80 laps this race will be, and it's looking like it could be about, we could reach the 2-hour mark if we have enough safety cars. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Of course, we had the French Grand Prix reach the distance. The Spanish Grand Prix had to be called early. Of course, that was because of lighting issues. But yeah, let's go through the second sector now. We've got a British 1, 2, 3 with Hamilton, Norris, and then Russell. The only 3 Brits on the grid, I believe. Can't think of any others. We've got London-born Thai driver Alexander Albon. Okay, he's from Thailand. The safety car is a lot more left than everyone else, but again, they do. Now we go through the final section. This is where Hulkenberg crashed in qualifying. It was a big hit. Thankfully, he's all alright to race today. But we're about to start the Californian Grand Prix at Sonoma. We'll be going potentially back to California next year if time allows it at Laguna Seca. What a race that will be. Another very sandy race. Very close here actually. It's the other side of San Francisco at near Monterey. About an hour, 2-hour drive maybe. I don't know. I say it's close, but you never know. America. I could quickly have a look actually. If the safety car peels into the pits. I know it hasn't pulled in yet, but I'll be pulling in now. It's a 2-hour and 20-minute drive. Okay. You should go through San Francisco or you go over the Golden Gate Bridge. But as Hulkenberg just driving into Hamilton there. I don't know what that's all about. He's meant to be in P4, he's actually in P2 at the moment. But they're about to cross the line. We'll be going green shortly here in Sonoma for the inaugural Californian Grand Prix. We haven't been to this state since Long Beach, I believe, in 1970 something. But they go there, very close to the wall there. What on earth is going on with that start? It could be Lando Norris and near Hulkenberg who leads. It's the right hand side of the grid who get the better launch as they go up the hill. What is this camera work? Goodness sake, F1, thank you. As they go up the hills of turn 1 and turn 2, it's now the 2 Mercedes battling it out. Hulkenberg up against Lando Norris potentially for the lead as they go towards the infield section. The tricky uphill, undulating, well, it's downhill, but it will be uphill. And then you get to the braking point, straight away again downhill as they go through the hairpin. It's going to be Lando Norris who leads Nico Hulkenberg, who leads Lewis Hamilton, who leads George Russell. It's a poor start from Yuki Tsunoda and down in 20th. It says down inside Hamilton, big lunge there, that's going to push Hulkenberg wide. And that could invite George Russell down the inside as well. It's not quite going to be able to get past. But Hamilton with a late lunge there on Hulkenberg, as Hulkenberg actually a bit squirrely through the section that he crashed in qualifying late on yesterday. I say evening. It's Hulkenberg's gone off the track. Hulkenberg cuts the chicane, and now I'm assuming we'll let George Russell through. Yes, it does. Let's watch Hulkenberg real quick. As he's now down to P4. Both Mercedes getting past him, and now Leclerc's looking racy through the hairpin. But Norris leads Hamilton, who leads Russell, who leads Hulkenberg now. The only real position changes now has been Norris in front of whoever that is. Hamilton. Yeah, that's it. Now Hulkenberg actually looking very racy on George Russell. Can he get back past the championship leader? It was these two who are on the front row in Virginia. As Hulkenberg actually goes off the track a bit. And that's not good as he's dived down the inside. He actually hits Russell. That's a late lunge. That might get investigated. Don't think either of them have got damage. But there's the lunge through the hairpin. It's Hulkenberg now back into P3. It's still Norris who leads Hamilton. He's not able to do anything. And Russell actually gets past Hulkenberg down the inside. And it's a good move there. And there's a bit of a wobble there. Big wobble for George Russell as he goes through the final sector. I'll call it the snake because this circuit hasn't actually got any corner names. I mean, the one thing that's actually named is the chute, and that's the NASCAR layout, which you don't actually use. So, no, not sure much point calling that because we don't go there. Yeah, what a launch down the inside through the final corner, and no, Nico Hulkenberg, he tries it, but he's not able to. Then not really any braking points until here, which isn't really an overtaking opportunity. I think the next overtaking opportunity is the corner before the chute, which is here where Hulkenberg actually tried to get past Russell. This time last lap, he's going to try it again. There's more contact. That's going to push Russell wide. And Leclerc's going to be invited down inside from George Russell now. Now Leclerc can race on Nico Hulkenberg. Not going to be able to do it though, as now Hulkenberg chases down Lewis Hamilton. And very aggressive racing for the from the German driver. There's even audio for some reason, not entirely sure why that happened. I think my headset's going a bit weird. There's big, very wobbly through the final sector. Don't actually know if you can hear me, but there's cutting the corner. It's both of them. Russell cuts the corner, Hulkenberg cuts the corner. They're getting very racy indeed. Here in Sonoma is now Hulkenberg down to P5. Lap 3 of 80. Now down the inside, late lunge. That's going to push him right. Is that all elbows out? Tempers flowering here in Sonoma. Piastri versus Ocon behind as well. Brilliant racing here in the inaugural Californian Grand Prix. I thought it was going to be contact there between Russell and Hulkenberg as they go up the hill. Ocon now right behind Hulkenberg. Let me just sort my head out. I think you can hear me. I just can't hear the race, so I can't hear audio. I'm having another look, check the stream, just to make sure it's all good. I'm not entirely sure what is happening, to be honest. Yeah, audio's gone, unfortunately. So that's for me and for you, so I'm trying to get that fixed. It's now Hulkenberg trying to get past George Russell. Leclerc now in P3. Of course, that's always been the case since Hulkenberg got passed by Charles Leclerc earlier on last lap. And now Hulkenberg chases down George Russell. It was all elbows out last lap. Very aggressiveness from Hulkenberg, which I think just angered a few people. It's just like NASCAR. I mean, we are in America, so what do you expect? And now through the hairpin. It's a bit annoying not having audio, to be honest. I know in Misano, I just put an engine noise, but I can't bother doing that for 75 laps, so it's just me now. I might have to commentate for most of it, which is annoying, but let me turn my headset on and off. Nah, it won't be that because you can't hear it. I'll turn my headset on and off anyway, see what happens. Okay, while we're racing, I don't know if you can hear me now. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can. The audio is definitely gone, unfortunately. Hulkenberg down the inside through the hairpin. The long right-hander. It's going to be Hulkenberg back into P4. Now he chases down Charles Leclerc. And they go towards the chicane. Norris has led every single lap so far as he tries to win his first race in Formula 1. McLaren driver, even his teammates won a race. He won the German Grand Prix. The rookie, Oscar Piastri. They go through the hairpin. There's Russell versus Ocon behind, further back. That's going to be a good move from him to get past. But not really much has happened, to be honest, so far this race. We can have a look. Carlos Sainz is 19th. No one's actually had any damage either. Normally we've got people on the first lap having issues. Yeah, let's go back to Hulkenberg. I think he's the best person on to be able to look at to see everything. Currently in P4. They go down the hill, then back up Very undulating hills here in Sonoma. And there's Russell trying it down in, no, Russell, Hulkenberg, sorry, no, Russell. Oh, Hulkenberg's front row, Hulkenberg's round. He's lost it under traction, and that is disappointing, to say the least, for Nico Hulkenberg, who now finds himself down in 18th place, even 19th place. No, he's able to stay in front of Sainz. But that is such a shame. Russell got it down the inside, and then Hulkenberg's got put off. There's front wings going as well. Now we finally lose a front wing. I believe that's Joe Guan Yu in the Alfa Romeo, who loses the front wing. We'll have a look in a second. I think Oscar Piastri also had no front wing as well in the McLaren. I'm sure it wasn't race leader. Yeah, that is massive. Yeah, Joe's in. I think I saw Piastri in as well. Now Hulkenberg is getting overtaken by Liam Lawson. He's gone from 4th all the way down now to P17. If they go up the hill, they're 3 wide. There's contact. Hulkenberg gonna spin round again. Nico Hulkenberg's having a awful few laps here in Sonoma. He's gone from P4 to nowhere near anyone else in P18. And I can't believe it from Nico Hulkenberg. Just starts pushing too much, makes a unnecessary moves, to be honest. We'll get some replays in a second as to what happened with Joe and whoever else it was. I believe it was Oscar Piastri who also lost the front wing. Logan Sargent's P8, I can't remember where he qualified, but that's quite good, to be fair. Anyway, let's get some replays now. Unfortunately, of course, the sound is gone completely, so if anything happens, or if I have to go just a little break, then you can't unfortunately hear. Piastri, they're quite far back. Can we see Hulkenberg? I don't think so. Let's go back as to when they lost the front wings. Oh, so Piastri lost it there. So he was in P6, so doing quite well actually. Let's go on board and watch it. He goes into the back. Oh, he's just, we probably saw it actually, I just missed it. He goes into the back of Ocon, checking up. Of course, Ocon had to check up because we had Hulkenberg spinning round, and then I'm assuming they all have to check up again because Piastri's going so slow, and then it's actually into back with his teammate. It's the golden rule broken in racing. Don't hit your teammate. I mean, normally it's when you're racing your teammate. He just got unlucky. Wrong place, wrong time. But that is a shame for both Joe Guan Yu and Oscar Piastri, who both have damage now. I guess now Hulkenberg completely out of it. We've got to watch someone else. As we go back to live coverage. Let's speed it up a bit, about 2 minutes off, but we can just watch it sped up. All good. Still Lando Norris has led the first 7 laps. Brilliant racing. Of course. Don't know why the camera is not letting us watch it, but oh well, we can just see it from a distance, I guess. There you go, that's better. Almost live now. Apologies. We'll be able to go. Nope, we're not live yet. Apologies. Still go. There we go. Back live now. It's still Norris leads Hamilton, who leads Leclerc. I haven't really seen many overtakes for the lead. Normally we've got loads, but it's Norris who's led every single lap so far. Starting from P2, in front of Pulser to Hamilton, and then Leclerc. Who, I mean, he could be in championship contention. You never know. Come the end of this race if he does end up winning it, but I'm sure to be fair, I've said this before, I just want Norris to win a race this season, in his career in fact, because it's been unlucky to say the least from the young Brit. It's his 4th year in F1. It's crazy to think that. No, is it 5th year actually? It's his 5th year and he still hasn't won a race. He's a great driver, but I mean, when you've got the likes of Verstappen last year and just unlucky races this year, engine, that's lock up of that engine for Norris. I hope, pray that was a lock up. Because I do not want Norris losing another win. Yeah. I mean, normally I go for brakes and let you listen to the engine noises, but there is no engine noises today, is there? Unfortunately. But I'm going to let you watch the racing anyway. I'll go at the end of this lap, and then you can watch a lap. So you go through the chicane, any moves here? No. And now I'll go, so I'll see you in a lap's time. As we're now back, race side, they're all from 1st to 18th, 17th, sorry, all right next to each other. We can see, let's have a look, let's go off helicopter cam. Let's have a look, where's Hulkenberg? Where far back is he? He's turn 1, Snowder's not too far back, he is catching up definitely, he was quite far back after his 2 spins in quick succession. But yeah, let's not watch them. Let's watch further in front. Let's watch Championship leader George Russell. Anyway, I don't know why we're not full screen, but here we go. It's going to be George Russell, Championship leader as it stands. He will increase his championship lead over Lance Stroll. It's currently 19 points. Can't be bothered to start doing the math to find out how much the gap will be, but it'll be more than 19 points, I have to say that. Of course, none of the championship contenders actually ended up scoring points. I think they probably score points in the sprint, but I don't think they end up scoring points in the whatever it is, the race, the main race, obviously. Of course, won by Liam Lawson dramatically. His engine fell. It's not getting the same camera. What was I saying? You were distracted. Oh, well done. There was something to do with the camera that just distracted me. Anyway, Lando Norris still leads. He's had all 13 laps so far this race. Absolutely dominant fashion. Absolutely fantastic driving from the young Brit as he tries to win his first race in his Formula 1 career. He's got a few podiums, a few second places, but no wins so far in his career, which started all the way back in 2019. After a second place finish in Formula 2 in 2018. As there's a move, Leclerc versus Hamilton. We're finally going to see a move, are we? Leclerc trying it on the pole sitter, down the inside. Hamilton will have the inside line. Leclerc gets on the grass. as we finally get some actual racing. It's not going to be a move though, because Leclerc will stay behind Lewis Hamilton. But finally, goodness me, we get some racing. We get someone to try and overtake for the first time. But I think since Hulkenberg spun, to be honest, Hulkenberg was really showing us how it's done. Yes, it was some all late lunges and ridiculous moves, but still, it's going to be Nico Hulkenberg who, I mean, unfortunately, spinning and ruining the race for all of us, apparently. It's Charles Leclerc decides to finally try a move. Anyway, what racing have we got to this weekend? Of course, currently on is the National Hot Rod Association, the In and Out Burger NRHA Finals, which is on at the moment. Of course, that's on FS1 if you can get your ways of watching that. But please do it legally, please. I definitely watch stuff legally. Not. Nothing really else on later on today. Of course, we had a lot of stuff on MotoGP at Sepang. We had Trans Am Australia, TCR World Tour, all at Bathurst. Last round of Euro Cup 3 and Spanish F4 at Barcelona. Also Renault Clio Cup last round of the season there. World Rallycross last round there. China and Hong Kong. Indian Racing League, we had that last weekend. We had it this weekend as well. Brilliant race last weekend. Not for anything from this weekend. Also Indian F4, and then next weekend is actually quite a quiet race weekend. Nothing really happening. Got Lamborghini World Finals on from Thursday, so also Rally Japan if you're willing to wake up for that. Qatar Grand Prix for the MotoGP. Of course, F1 went there in 2021, not 2020. And yeah, that's actually an Asian race. It isn't stupid o'clock in the morning. Actually, quite late because it's a night race. Yeah, that's on. We've also got Macau. Also, Macau was on next week as well. No, this Macau was on this morning. Sorry, yeah, Macau was on this morning. I don't know what I'm on about. Got the Macau Grand Prix on the Sunday. Also got the Daytona 250 for the SRS 1988 season, the final round of the playoffs, where Thierry Boutsen, the championship winner, the regular season championship winner, out of the playoffs after double DNF for him and Nannini, who both also the team who won the constructors also out in the second round. So it's all Ayrton Senna who tries to win the championship, doing it NASCAR style. Also got F4 in China, and that's about it. The racing actually in Macau, we've got the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix, we've got Chinese Touring Car Championship, we've got TCR in China, we've got Macau Touring Car Championship, we've got the Macau 70th Anniversary Challenge, TCR World Tour, GT World Cup, Macau GT Cup, and F3 World Cup as well. And of course, we've also got Asian Talent Cup with in Qatar, and the Porsche Endurance Series Brazil in Interlagos, which saw host last week to F4 Brazil, and then Porsche Sprint Challenge and Porsche Grow Cup Brazil. It actually went there because F1 was meant to go there, then F1 decided to go Brasilia, and then cancelled that. Decided to go, here's a move finally, I'm going to scrap that. It's Ocon trying to get past George Russell. It's Ocon versus championship leader. And Ocon doing it for his teammate. Can he? No, he can't quite. Not for his teammate, unfortunately. He actually isn't even points, I don't think. So it's very important for Gasly that his teammate gets past George Russell, but unable to at the moment. I mean, this circuit, it looks very good with all the cars flowing through it, but when you don't get overtakes, what's the point in having a race? Like, I think the position of every single person is the exact same since whatever lap Nico Hulkenberg spun on. I mean, still, I'm not complaining because Lando Norris is leading. Yeah, Gasly in P11. Porche's in 10th at the moment, so as it stands, on track to score his first point of his career. I'm sure if he does well in this race, he could be in contention for the Alfa Romeo seat next season. I mean, Bottas is getting old, but he has done alright to be fair this season. Won a race, so is Joe Guanyu, but Alfa Romeo have been poor recently, to say the least. Not really many results to show for, apart from the third place for Bottas in Thailand. No wins since the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Misano. After a very strong start to the season. Indeed. It will lock up, I think, for Hamilton, potentially. I saw some smoke, and I hope it isn't an engine failure, because we've had a lot of them recently, and I hope that we sort the engine out for definitely next year, because it's getting annoying when you have so many engine failures, and people getting robbed of race wins, because the engines keep going. I'm sure something will be done, in terms of actually sorting out a new engine for next year, maybe new spec. As there's Leclerc versus Hamilton as they go down through the snake. I'll call it the snake. I know there's Virginia that's the snake, but here we go for P2. I can't get onto them. Down inside through the chicane goes Leclerc. It'll be Hamilton with the inside line for the next part. He cuts across the chicane, kind of, not really. And that's going to invite George Russell to try and get past Leclerc. But as they go towards the hairpin, is Leclerc going to want to make a move on Lewis Hamilton? I'm trying to go full, go watch Leclerc. There we go. And there's Ocon trying to get past Russell. So, again, trying to do it for his teammate is Esteban Ocon. Finally, a bit more racing here in Sonoma. Just look how close Ocon is to Russell. There we go. More trying to move there. Goes Ocon versus Russell. Then we'll go back to these two. As he's got down in, so it goes down the inside. Gets on the curb. He's going to go around the outside. Russell will have the inside line. Ocon goes off the track. And that's going to ruin any chance of him overtaking him. There's Lance Stroll trying to get past Ocon. And Gasly won't want Stroll getting past Ocon, because that's two the people in front of him in the championship. Oh, what's going on? Okay, nothing, it's fine. A bit more action here, but still no overtakes. It's got to be a personal low, like the Monaco Grand Prix of 2022. Oh, I don't know, whatever last race was that had no overtakes. I mean, I'm sure once the pit stops come along, yes, they're all on hards, but I'm sure once the pits come along, it'll be all good to go. Let me just check the stream, because I know there's no sound, but it's still Norris though who leads Hamilton. He's had all 19 of these laps so far. It's been dominant on 20 laps actually. He's been dominant from Lando Norris. He's done brilliantly so far. Yeah, all good on the stream side, apart from no sound. But we been told that they cannot fix that. Unfortunately, it's something to do with how far away we are from the track, which is confusing because I can get to there, but they can get to me. Okay, that's strange, but we move. What isn't moving is people are getting past of each other. I mean, I'm sure they overtakes behind, maybe, but for the lead, which is what we're focusing on. I mean, how's Hulkenberg doing, by the way? I haven't seen him. But let's watch a bit more of this, and then just in case anything happens. But yeah, it is still Norris who leads, and he will be robbed if he doesn't win this race. Absolutely robbed. He's done brilliantly. He's led the first quarter of the race, 60 laps to go. It's the longest lap count since, I believe, the French Grand Prix. Is that right? Yeah, French Grand Prix was 82 laps, and then before that, 86 laps of the Miami Grand Prix was the longest, and Saudi, the only other one above 80 laps on 81. And then next year we've got 85 laps at Laguna Seca. That's the longest lap count. And then, of course, we've got 2026 first reserve. We've got Ordos, Chinese Grand Prix, 82 laps. Ohio Grand Prix in Mid-Ohio, 84. And then Brazilian Grand Prix at Curitiba, 83 laps. And Sachsenring for the German Grand Prix, 84 laps. We're getting a lot of high lap count races now in F1. Didn't used to get that. Circuit's getting shorter. It's more chance for the drivers to make mistakes, I guess. But then we also are getting longer tracks, with likes of old Bonza. Next year, Le Mans, Bathurst. We've got Daytona later on today as well. Later on this season. That's a pretty big track, especially with all the road course. And of course the Formula 500, 200 laps of Indianapolis later on, or early on next year, in January. Of course, also sprint races are not been confirmed just yet for next year. They'll probably be confirmed. I don't know when they'll be confirmed, to be honest, but maybe in the new year sometime. And then we'll see. I mean, there probably won't be 6 sprint races like we had this year, because that's half the season, but you never know. But anyway, still no move, which is really boring. Let's check out on Hulkenberg. Let's see where he is at the moment. Has he caught up finally to the back of the pack? Yes, he has. Finally, Hulkenberg at the back of the pack. Let's go on board with him. I'm going to drive his eye on Hulkenberg because he chases down Yuki Tsunoda through the snake where he crashed yesterday in qualifying. As people kick up dirt on the inside of the chicane. Now let's plot out towards the hairpin. Only one more braking point left on this lap. Now Hulkenberg, of course, still down on P18. Down the inside, late lunge, hits Leclerc. Hulkenberg's hit Leclerc. And now he's stuck. There's someone else spun around as well. It's Felipe Drugovich, who hasn't even got a rear wing, so something's happened there. But drama here further back. And Tsunoda is really ruined from that lunge from Hulkenberg on Charles Leclerc. They get into each other. And now Hulkenberg's gone off. Hulkenberg's in the wall. And Hulkenberg's out. Hulkenberg's out of this race. Nico Hulkenberg is out. His front left's gone. He almost gets hit by Joe and Piastri. Thankfully able to move out of the way. The force of that hit, so very hard hit there. What on earth happened? Let's find out. Got a replay on board with Hulkenberg. Actually, let's watch all the way back here. As we see a very late lunge. He must have outbraked himself, but he can't be going for moves like that. And then you can see Drugovich, maybe his point scoring run over, potentially. As you can see, his rear wing getting kicked up. This is why these two are nowhere near each other. They get caught up between each other, and then Hulkenberg. Let's go on board, we've seen this angle already. Oh, big hit into the tyre wall, and then... Don't know why, it's not the force, it's actually him that does it. So I'm not sure why he does that. Anyway, what happened to Drugovich? Because he also went off. You got to do a whole lap without a rear wing. So is that a result of the checking up that we had, or is it just? I mean, Leclerc. Oh, Hulkenberg lunged on Leclerc, or is it just something different? No. What happened? Hang on. What happened there? That's a strange one. He tries to go down on Pierre Gasly. Oh, he clipped his rear right on the tyre barrier, I think. Hang on, let me get on board with one of the Red Bulls. Go on board with Nick De Vries. Let's see. Does he clip it? Yeah, it's a big hit as well. He clips the tyres and the hairpin, of course, there to make sure people don't cut the corner. Let's go back on to see George Russell, and let's go back live. We are a bit behind. Let's go on helicopter cam. And let's go live. 23 laps done, still Lando Norris who leads. No, Leclerc's got past Hamilton. Leclerc's now in P2. So somewhere a move has finally happened. And Charles Leclerc has got past pole sitter Lewis Hamilton. It's a good move that. Whatever happened, one might think it's a good move, and I don't even know what move it was. And I'm not going to go back and watch it. There's smoke coming out of the back of the championship, either George Russell's car. Smoke coming out of the back of his car. That is huge. We've already got one DNF. Championship leader George Russell. He leads Lance Stroll by 19 points. If Stroll was to win this race or get second with fastest lap, he will lead the championship on countback. Even if they're tied on points, he's won twice this season. I think. Yeah, he's won twice. He won in wherever it was, and he also won in Slovakia, South Africa. That's where he won. But George Russell has smoke coming out the back of his car. That is huge. And if we go Lance Stroll trying to get past Ocon, Stroll can see what's happening. He knows if he gets past these cars, he'll be in 1 P4 and 2. He'll claw the gap to, I don't even know what the gap will be. It will be close to whatever it is. But George Russell, he's still going at the moment. But that is huge. He's got some, of course we had Liam Lawson go about 2 laps with smoke in the back of his car, ended up winning, pulling over on the in lap. But that is huge. Championship leader George Russell will be out of this race. He's still racing actually. He tried to get past Hamilton there at the top of the hill as they go down the snake. Or down the ladder, I should say. Go up the snake. Don't really know. You go down the snake, up the ladder, you idiot. I don't know. Simple child games. Well, not really child games, just normal games. Yeah, George Russell's still going, and it's still Lando Norris who leads Charles Leclerc. Finally get a move up front. We will get position changes in a bit, because whenever Russell decides to pull over and save his engine, probably the better. But that is actually huge. Another DNF for championship leader George Russell. When was the last time he actually scored a point? I'm not even sure when it was. Did he score in Brazil? Didn't score in the main race. Don't know about the sprint. He got 2 points in the sprint race. Last time he scored points in the normal race. When was that? Russell, last time he scored points was the US Grand Prix. Got 7th place, so another DNF, unfortunately for him. He DNF'd out of the Brazilian Grand Prix, DNF'd out of the Virginian Grand Prix, and now it's going to be a DNF out of the Californian Grand Prix whenever the engine does decide to go kaput. I mean, it's already in the dying phase, but these engines, I'm surprised they haven't got a load of engine penalties. I think because the F1 have acknowledged the issue of engine failures being a big thing, and they have decided to scrap engine penalties for this year. But as he goes through the hairpin, there's Ocon trying to make a move on George Russell. The engine is in this last live, surely. So they go up the hill. Lap 28 of 80. George Russell's still going. He's got to be... I hope it's not oil going on the track, because I mean, I'm sure it isn't, because no one's spun out yet, and there's been no safety car called. But he's still going, George Russell. So I mean, maybe it's just. But to be fair, we saw he'd been going for about the same amount of laps as Liam Lawson was last week, and Liam Lawson still ended up DNFing. We saw quite a few people as well going for a few laps before their engine issues went. Logan Sargent, of course, in Slovakia. Russell is still going, so obviously it was Sargent's engine failure which actually called the safety car, which meant Lance Stroll won, so that's Slovakia for you. Russell goes through the hairpin. Ocon tries it down the inside. Is Ocon going to get the move done? Yes, it is. No, Russell's gone. Russell's out. That's it, gone. He holds up Kevin Magnussen as well. And that's George Russell out of this race. Such a shame for championship leader. And now there's a big gap between Magnussen and Sargent. Magnussen spun round and Magnussen's into the wall. Magnussen's out. Both passes out of a race again. Kevin Magnussen spins round into the wall. I'm not sure if that was contact with Teo Paul's chair, or if they all still going fine. Yeah, they're all still fine. Magnussen's out though, I think. So where's Tsunoda and Drugovich? They must have had some sort of issue. Because they haven't actually got past Russell yet, but Magnussen's out. Huge. Let's get a replay of what happened now. Let's go on board. Let's go helicopter cam to see what happened. Did he just lose the car? Too much speed, lost the car, hits the wall rearward, rear wing gone, and out of the race. Don't know if the smoke, it could have been, hang on, let's slow it down. Could it have been, was it the curb? I saw smoke, but it could have been tyre smoke. Yeah, it was tyre smoke, that's not engine. But yeah, spinning into the wall, and it's the third DNF of this race. And hit into the wall. Let's go on board with Kevin Magnussen. Just loses the car. I haven't seen that in a while. An actual mistake from a driver. Let's go on board with Porsche. Last replay we'll get of this off. As these are the ones who all got held up from Magnussen. I'm sure it wasn't getting held up which caused it, because then surely everyone would have gone off. Maybe Porsche tries it. Could he have? I don't think, no, there wouldn't have been contact. We would have seen it on the helicopter cam if there was contact, and I didn't see any, so Awesome, fine. Anyway, let's go back to these lot. Ocon now in fourth. As Stroll, I'm sure, will be trying to get past him. Bit of a gap now between Ocon and Hamilton, because of course Russell held them up, and then Russell held even more up the other ones. Porsche and Co. There we go, they've now caught up. And there's Sargent trying to get past. Has Sargent got a front wing? I think so. We're almost live. It's got. There we go, back live now. Ocon now in P3. So what's happened to Norris? Where's Lando Norris? No. Please tell me he pitted. He pitted. Okay, thank God for that. He's put on another set of hard tyres, so he's probably going to be pitting again this race. Just make sure he didn't pit for damage, did he? No, he didn't. Okay, that's good. Just normal pit stop, 30 laps in of 80 here in Sonoma. Let's see, finds himself in 15th place currently. And Charles Leclerc, who leads now for the first time this race, and it's the first time which someone other than George Russell leads this race. Lando Norris, sorry, not George Russell. Now more people coming in, and having to be Ocon who actually leads this race. So the winner of the Virginian Grand Prix 2 weeks ago is in front here. And we're going to go for a little break while we see people come into the pits, and then once they've caught up to each other, we'll be back. So I'll see you in a few laps. And we're back at Sonoma, and it's Joe Guan Yu who leads Oscar Piastri. These two pitted around the time Hulkenberg spun. Of course, they all got checked up, and front wing's gone, so there'll be a while till they pit. But let's just see where everyone's come out. I don't think Sargent and Gasly have pitted yet, but Norris is the one in front of people who haven't pitted earlier on. Gasly in P5, he's got that's Drogovic in front of him. So that's him a lap down. That's a shame for Drogovic. But it's Norris who leads. A net race lead on Logan Sargent, who's yet to pit, I believe. Or has he pitted? He's just done a good strat. Potentially. I mean, he's on soft, so maybe he did pit, I don't know. But if he did, it's a blinder pit stop for them. Hamilton second. Leclerc is all the way down in 13th, so a shocking pit fade to him. He was in second before all the pit stops happened. Pourchaire in 7th. That's a good stop for him. Everyone in soft. I think Norris is the only one who's actually come in for hards, which is strange. Don't know why he didn't go into soft. That's what they normally do. They go on from hards to soft, but that confirmed he didn't have to pit again this race. But yeah, it is Norris versus Sargent, and I'm sure Gasly, Hamilton, and catch up. Brilliant for Gasly as well. Also, where's Lance Stroll? Hang on, Lance Stroll's disappeared. Stroll's in 14th, so pole position now for Gasly to make up ground on the championship. Of course, George Russell being out of the race now. Lap 35, and Lando Norris technically doesn't lead, but it's his teammate Oscar Piastri and Joe Guan Yu who pitted earlier on with damage, who are the two in front. So Norris with a net race lead over Logan Sargent. 35 off 80, 45 laps to go here in Sonoma. It's the longest lap count since the French Grand Prix. In whenever that was, June 11th, so it's the third longest lap count of the season, no, fourth longest lap count of the season, behind Rheims, behind, when else, Rheims, France, and Val de Vienne, and Homestead, Miami. The first American race of the season, of course. It was a while until the second at Road America. What a circuit Road America is. America has some of the best circuits that don't host normally F1 races. There's Logan Sargent going for a move for the lead. Ground the outside through turn 2. That'd be brilliant if he gets that move done on home soil. And the net race lead will go to Logan Sargent. It's a brilliant move from the American. The man from the East Coast has the net race lead on the West Coast. Brilliant move from Logan Sargent. Is he now in front of Lando Norris? And here's Ocon in front of De Vries. Currently in P8. 3 weeks ago in Road America. In the first round of this American quadruple header. Currently doing alright. He was up there a bit more before everyone pitted, but I'm sure he will take. Currently in P8, net P6. And there's a fire at the back of Ocon's car. Fire at the back of his car. And Nick De Vries, very close to hitting him. That'll be Esteban Ocon out of the race in dramatic fashion. Don't know why he doesn't come into the pits, to be honest. That's going to hold a few people up. Albon, both Ferraris. If he actually gets stuck, and that's going to be Sainz. No, it's Ocon's front wing that goes. I don't think Sainz lost his front wing, but Ocon wants to get out of that car as quick as he can. Has Sainz got a front wing? Yeah, he has. Okay. And Tsunoda's also pulled over, so Yuki Tsunoda also with issues. The winner of both winners of the US Grand Prix. Of course, Tsunoda it was who won the sprint race. It was Ocon who won at in the main race on the Sunday. You can see smoke from the back of his car. You can see in the background there the fire at the back of Ocon's car. But Yuki Tsunoda is out, unfortunately, for the Japanese driver. He's won the Spanish Grand Prix and the sprint race, of course. Joe also pits, by the way. I hope he's pitted and it's not an engine issue. Yeah, he has pitted. So I'm assuming Piastri will be in shortly. Let's go back live. Sargent hasn't pitted yet, so you can see no Sargent who leads. So Piastri, has pitted. It's Sargent who leads, and Norris is on hards, yes, but the soft runners will be pitting sometime soon. Not sure when, but it will be soon probably. And let's look around the field. Sainz has got in front of Albon, so it's a good move from the Ferrari driver, who currently now is in P8. Last time we saw someone in P8 was Ocon. Where's he now? Big fire at the back of his car. But as they go through the long hairpin, now that's Leclerc getting past Albon as well. It's a good move from the Monegasque to finally seeing some overtakes maybe as they go on for the soft compound tyre. But Sainz currently in P8, doing well as the Ferrari driver. Is that smoke? That's smoke, that's a fire. And what did I just say about Ocon being in P8 and pulling over? Now it's Sainz being in P8 and pulling over at the same place Ocon did. Gonna hold up Albon a bit, and also, no, Joe's fine to get past, but that's Carlos Sainz out of this race as well. We've seen a lot of DNFs this race. Is it the hot Californian sun, maybe? We are in the desert here at Sonoma. And something has to be done with these engines. It's got to be something, surely, because it's ridiculous how many engine failures people are having. Gasly, while we were watching Sainz's pullover, has got in front of Norris, and now Hamilton's going to try and get past Norris as well through the hairpin, the top of the bottom of the circuit, sorry. And it's a good move. But Norris is keeping it. They go side by side down the snake, and Hamilton's gonna have to down inside, have the inside line, through the chicane, and he's gonna clear Norris as I think he is. So they're gonna be side by side coming out of it. Can't quite see, unfortunately. No, Hamilton is in front, and it's the three soft runners who lead 1, 2, 3. Lap 39, halfway through now as they cross the line. Got Max Verstappen, here he is, the Dutchman. Of course, yet to win a race, him and Lando Norris, the only two drivers yet to win who have done every single race. If you count people who are technically employed full time, Drogovic is another one, but he's a lap down, so. And I'm sure that means his streak of points will be ended this race. But we said that last week and it didn't, so you never know. Anyway, I'm sure Verstappen, if he can catch up, he's actually not too far back from the front running pack, to be fair. There's Lando Norris, you just saw him going past. It's Teo Porcher doing brilliantly, to be fair. Speaking of actually, Felipe Drogovic, there he is right there. Fire, Verstappen. Verstappen's out. And that is such a shame. Max Verstappen with a fire at the back of his car, and that's him out of the race. And there's Albon also out, so we'll see what happened to him in a second. Something's happened to Alex Albon, but that's what Verstappen. He's pulled over, going down the snake, and that is another DNF this race. There's only 12 cars left, and we're only halfway through the race, so anyway, is Lawson still going, or did he's just really far back? What happened to Albon? Is it engine, maybe? Could be. I'm assuming it is engine. He's fighting. Oh no, he spun! He spun! Just where Magnussen went off. You can still see Magnussen's rear wing there, actually. But Albon spun off. With Joe Guanyu, it was poor chair. He just loses it. There must be a bump there or something, and if you get the line wrong, you go off. That's got to be what happened there. Let's watch helicopter cam. Yeah, you can see the half-spray ring hasn't been moved just yet. And yeah, he gets on the bump and spins it around hard into the wall. We'll slow it down, we'll go on board with Joe, and then we will... Yeah. Yeah, you can see it going through the corner. Bryce takes the same line as Joe, so... I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it's a heavy hit into the wall. We've seen Hulkenberg crash here, we've seen Magnussen crash here, now we've seen Alexander Albon crash here, and that is his race over. Where's Joe Guanyu? Here it is. Let's go on board. Another DNF. And yeah, the car just goes and he spins round into the wall, unfortunately. Let's keep watching these front runners. We see yet another DNF in this Californian Grand Prix. Oh, that's no! Smoke from Norris! Smoke from Lando Norris's car, no! That would be such a shame for Lando Norris. We're not even live yet. Still about a minute off. But Lando Norris is having issues. But Norris's car is smoking. And that is such a shame. But Lando Norris is about to be out of this race, I'm sure of it. Got Nick De Vries in 6th race. Let's watch him. We've already seen one Red Bull out with Verstappen. And I thought I saw smoke then, probably just a lock up. Over that it was Norris. But watch De Vries, and to be fair, Norris could keep going. We saw Russell go for quite a bit, but Norris is race losing, not winning. De Vries is out. Nick De Vries is pulling over to the side of the track. Enough smoke coming out the back of his Red Bull. Almost gets hit by Drogovic. Almost gets hit by Leclerc. But that is unfortunately Nick De Vries also out. Another DNF. What is going on? Here is Gasly slowing as well. Pierre Gasly. So Russell out, and now the other championship contender of Gasly is also out. As he pulls over to the side of the track. Another DNF. We still have Norris to DNF as well. Surely he'll be out soon. With an engine failure. 10 cars left. It'll be 9 cars left. And we're only halfway through. They won't even get points. Norris won't get points. Even if he DNFs. Yes, we know he's smoking. Drama, of course, here. Oh, there's a crash there at the top of the hill. Norris leads. Someone went off at the top of the hill there. What happened there? Hamilton's off. Hamilton's out. What happened there? We'll get a replay of that once Norris pulls over. Because I'm sure he will have to pull over eventually. With engine failure. And I hate to say it because I wanted Nando to win a race all season, to be honest. But fortunately not to be at the moment. No, he's not pulling over yet. But he's still going, to be fair to him. From the lead of the race, though, he will be out. How unlucky can one man be? Gotta ask that question. How unlucky. There we go. He's pulling over Lando Norris from the lead. He is dominating this race, but now, unfortunately, is out. You can't get any more unlucky than that. Lando Norris, another engine failure. And I cannot believe it. But Lewis Hamilton also out. He was leading. And Sargent also... No, that's too far. Let's see though. Going up the hill, Sargent versus Hamilton. So Sargent must have also went off. So Sargent leading. Oh, what is Hamilton doing there? He just goes into the back of Sargent. That is nuts. It's then Joe. No, that's Paul Chair. Hang on. Let's pause it a sec. Is that Paul Chair in third? It was. It would have been Paul Chair in third. What happened there? Slow it down. Let's go. Oh, it's an unsafe release from Sargent. I'm sure I'll get a penalty for that. Or unsafe rejoin, sorry, but poor Che, he's doing so well. I want to go on board with Hamilton. Because No, stop. No, goodness sake. One, that's not Hamilton, that's Sargent. Let's just fast forward it a bit. They go up the hill. Maybe to break this. I don't know what happened there, but Hamilton's out. The top two collide here in Sonoma. And it's that tricky corner, and then, yeah, we see that as well. Sargent comes back on the track unsafely and hits him. Then lucky not to hit. Is that smoke coming up Sargent's car, or is that just tyre scrubbing? Oh, that doesn't look good. He's hitting Drogovic. Oh, no, it's not smoke, so... Unfortunately... Still racing a bit, though. Almost live now. Let's go through your current order. Got Stroll, we're doing that. We've got Joe Guan Yu leading from Charles Leclerc. I think Joe will probably have to pit soon, because he pitted for damage earlier on. Leclerc second, Sargent third, we've got Piastri fourth, Stroll fifth, Porsche sixth, Lawson seventh, Drogovic eighth. So if Drogovic can finish, then he's got points. Hold on. But Norris no points, Hamilton no points, because they haven't completed 90% of the race. They've really just completed 50%. It's crazy, honestly, what's going on. It's ludicrous, if I'm being honest. Absolutely ludicrous. How many DNFs we're getting. Stroll currently fifth, he's in pole position, 10 points output, a 9-point gap between him and... No, I thought there was smoke there. This will be a 9-point gap between him and George Russell. Should to be the closest. Oh no, fire for Stroll, no! It's going to be 19-point gap, because Stroll's also out in the top three in the championship, are all out of this race. There's a fire as he pulls over to the inside of the chicane. Such a shame for Lance Stroll, who is also out of this race. Stroll's out. Piastri into the pits. He, of course, pitted earlier on with damage. But no, Piastri's out. What's happened to Piastri? He's out. Did he have an engine? Was he smoking and then pitted, or what? Both McLarens now out of the race. Neither of them will score points because they haven't even completed 90%. And like, the rules are the rules. They can't do anything about it. He must have had some sort of engine issue and then just pitted. I don't know, but Piastri is out. Such a shame that. Go back live and then we'll see other people further in front. It's Joe Guan Yu though who still leads, Charles Leclerc. Liam Lawson, of course, winning last week. Started last, currently fifth. I don't know how they'll do the results, to be honest. I'm sure that, like, 90% of 80, what is that? .72. They've got to complete 72 laps to be classified. And I thought Lawson was slow, and then he's down in 4th. So is someone else retired, or what? He's got Logan Sargent behind him. No, I think Sargent... No, did Sargent pit? I don't know how he's now... Someone probably pitted. Unless maybe he got past Piastri. I don't know, to be honest, but... Now they're about to start lap 50 of 80. And unfortunately it's not Norris who dead away till 50 of them. But... I'm speechless at the amount of engine failures we've had. And something's got to be done. I'm sorry, but it is ridiculous with the amount of engine failures we are getting this season. We had the issue of fuel, of course. No, Lawson's slow now as well. Now Liam Lawson's got an issue. And something has to be done. It is getting beyond a joke now. There is 5 people left in this race. Now Lawson's out. 5 people left in this race. It is getting beyond a joke. I'll go helicopter cam. But it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Honestly. But Lawson's out now. He's actually pulled over on the racing line, which isn't ideal. You've got race leader Joe Guanyu coming through now. And Joe's going to hit him. Joe's hit him. Race leader is hit. Snowder, and now Drugovich is going to go into him as well. And is that Joe out? Could be Joe out, potentially. And now Paul Chair comes charging in and hits his teammate. And there's drama now, there's smoke on that of Drugovich's car as well. Here's Logan Sargent, he's hit him as well. And then into the back of him goes Leclerc. That's everyone in the race now has been involved in that. Not being funny. Lawson's out of this race, definitely, we know that. They're trying to sort each other out, I think. What is going on? Meanwhile, Drugovich is somewhere with an engine issue. Hang on, let's go watch Joe, because Lawson will disappear soon into the pits, because he's out. And just going to stay here, are they? Pourchaire's gone, and so is Sargent. So Sargent and Pourchaire are also out of this race. Joe's got no rear wing, Leclerc's all front wing, Leclerc's got no front wing, so... Well, learn to drive. And now Drugovich is off as well, he's got no front wing, we also already know that. But what happened to Drugovich? He spun at the hairpin. The engine's going. Maybe the engine just no, he got in the grass and just spins it round. That's unusual. For Drugovich, currently P5. Now we're back live. And 2 cars remain in this race. What a joke. It's unbelievable, this race. Honestly. Absolute joke. Joe Guanyu and Charles Leclerc, one of these drivers will win this race. It's either Leclerc for the first time since 2 weeks ago in Virginia, or Joe Guanyu for the first time since the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in, I think, June. Yeah, June 18th was the last time Joe won a race. They're both going pretty slowly, and it must be safety car. With 2 cars in the race. Well, I mean, they have got damage, but they are still going pretty slowly. It's got to be a safety car. This race is one of the most ridiculous races I think we've seen since the Portuguese sprint race, where we saw loads of people DNF with fuel issues. But it's unbelievable. And now they're both into the pits, of course, with damage. Joe gets repair for the rear wing, and the Charles Leclerc, I'm assuming, has already been and gone. Yeah, Leclerc leaves the pits. Charles Leclerc, if we can get a better angle, that would be nice. But Charles Leclerc, lap 50 of 2 of 80, we have 2 cars left. There's Joe coming out of the pits. Charles Leclerc will probably win this race. Just because of the fact that I mean, I don't understand. Oh no, the safety car is out. That's probably why they're going slow. But to be fair, normally, oh no, I think because they crossed the line, they're probably going pretty slowly. Yeah, safety car is out. That does give Joe Guanyu a chance to catch up. We'll watch Joe catch up, and then I'll go for a little break, and then we'll come back once the safety car comes in. You can see them in the background there. I don't think the safety car will be coming in anytime soon. We'll see you in a bit. Safety car comes in and it's Zhou Guanyu versus Charles Leclerc for the win. Zhou hasn't got a podium since the Slovakian Grand Prix. Leclerc last podium was 2 weeks ago in Virginia when he won. Unless he got a podium last week. I don't think he did get a podium last week in Brazil. I mean, we can have a look. But anyway, they're back going now. And it's 2v2. It's 1v1 basically for this win. Leclerc did get a podium last week. So it's Leclerc's he will get a podium 3 races in a row. But Zhou Guanyu can win for the first time since Misano. He's looking very racy as the Chinese driver, whose home Grand Prix next weekend. He goes round the outside through the hairpin. You have the inside line for the next corner. But Zhou Guanyu is going to lead this race. And yes, there's only 2 cars left in this race. But they're still treating us to a classic. With still 26 laps to go here in Sonoma. And it's Zhou Guanyu who leads. And it's a brilliant race so far. I mean, I say that, it's, not much has happened apart from engine failures, but... So, Zhou Guanyu is leading at the moment. And it's a 1v1, basically. It's like, I don't know, when was the last time we saw something like this? Wasn't there some... I don't know. Don't even know what I'm trying to say. Zhou Guanyu is coping brilliantly as he tries to win for the first time since Misano. Leclerc tries to win for the first time since Virginia 2 weeks ago. It was June, the last time Zhou won a race. Leclerc trying to chase down the Chinese driver. It's these two aren't really from motorsport countries. I mean, I say that Monaco isn't on the calendar until 2022, almost every year, and then China has been on the calendar. I think since 19 something. No, it's 2000 something. I think it was 2001 or something. I don't know. But still, it's like the countries that get the drivers. They haven't really had many drivers from these countries, so it still is pretty impressive. These two, the only one still going. 25 laps still to go as well. I mean, it's a shame that this didn't happen like 10 laps ago, but not really much to say apart from Zhou's in front of Leclerc. Leclerc's looking racy, but can't get past Zhou. Also, I'm looking into it. The FIA are actually trying to do something just in case both of these drivers end up DNFing. They're going for worst case scenario, and they've just announced that they will go 3 laps count back from when the whoever DNFs last will 3 laps count back to say Leclerc DNFs on lap 60 or lap 70, let's say, and then the race will end on lap 57 going on to 58. So I mean 68.7 going on to 68. So it'll be when they cross the line there. And that's if Zhou's already DNF'd anyway. And then points wise, I believe it'll be 90% still as normal. I'm assuming. They haven't actually announced officially, but to be fair, it's been that long since someone DNF'd that they might just scrap it, to be honest. Yes, the rules are rules, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Still, Zhou Guanyu, who leads Charles Leclerc. And there it is, 90% rule will be scrapped this race. So everyone who gets top 10 will still finish. 90% rule has been scrapped. And is this, again, the FIA just changing rules mid-race to suit them? Or is it just a fairness point of view? We had 4 finishes at the British Grand Prix. That wasn't engine failures, that was just people crashing. Because it's definitely nowhere near F1 quality circuit, Alton Park. But it still went there, I guess. But I don't know what to say, to be honest. It's just the 2 Ferrari engines of the Alfa Romeo of Zhou Guanyu and the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc that's still going, that are surviving. 22 laps to go now. And you never know what might happen here in Sonoma. Still 3 more races to go. In China next 2 weeks' time. Then 2 weeks after that is Daytona. Then the week after that is Dubai. Leclerc is currently 4th, so if he wins this, say, he will get... Charles Leclerc, if he wins this, will be tied on points with George Russell. Okay. Is there smoke coming from Zhou Guanyu? Zhou Guanyu's got smoke. And I think so Charles Leclerc. Or is that just Zhou's smoke? I think it's just Zhou's smoke going through Leclerc's car. But Zhou's going to be out of this race from the lead. And now Leclerc has to hold on for 3 laps. And he will win this race. And he will be level on points with George Russell. He will still get 18 points for getting second. If Leclerc can hold on for a few more laps and not DNF. But the Zhou Guanyu will be out of this race and it will be just Charles Leclerc. He's still going though, so... And there we go, there's Zhou pulling over to the side of the track. And Charles Leclerc... Okay, so we pulled over in lap 59. So, it'll be 3 laps count back, so... I think 61 he'll have to be on. And then Leclerc, who had a horrid start of the season. He didn't score a point. He got 5th in Canada, 4th in South Africa. Actually, he was doing alright, to be fair. Did have an appalling start, first 4 races though. Didn't score until Canada, round 4. Did get pole in Miami, so I guess that's a positive. But Charles Leclerc just has to hold on. Also, by 3 laps count back, lap 58 was the last lap Zhou completed. Charles Leclerc just has to complete this lap and he wins, I think. I think that is the case. Because if he DNFs on lap 61, then... Yeah, I think Charles Leclerc has to survive 2 more corners and he will win this race. I mean, he can still go in if he wants to. He could just retire the car and avoid any damage. But... it stands. There we go. Charles Leclerc is winning. He's going to win the Californian Grand Prix. You know, I've never seen this before in F1. He will lead the championship after this race. We all thought it was between between Russell, between Stroll and between Gasly. But Charles Leclerc, who's 25 points off George Russell before this race, is now going to be in the championship lead on countback. How many races did Leclerc won this season? He won in Portugal and he won in Virginia. He now won in California. And now Leclerc's spun round and Leclerc's in the wall. And that could be Leclerc out of this race. Let's get a replay of that. That's Leclerc out of the race. If that happened a lap earlier, he would not be leading the championship. He'll be 7 points off. But Charles Leclerc now leads the championship. He spins it round, and that is race over, unless he can keep going, maybe. Actually, no. Leclerc will not be leading on countback. These results are before Brazil. Let me look at Brazil's results a sec. Russell scored none. Leclerc scored 3. So only 7 points off, actually. Is that right? Hang on. Also, they don't... What is the rule of points in this thing? Hang on. I will be with you until I find out who wins this race, to be honest. I'll be close. Okay, so more than 75%, it'll be full points. Have they done 75% of this race? They've done 61 laps. So 75% of 80, 60. They've just done it. Full points will be awarded in this race because Leclerc finished 60 laps. So Charles Leclerc, hang on, 18 points. That puts him 7 points off. Also, Leclerc also is 2 points that he got. It was by 2 laps. So even if he didn't DNF that before, this is why he won though. So he'll be 7 points off coming into this race. And then, hang on, no, it's 4 points, and then 6 points. It's 6 points. Hang on. I'm getting used to my fire in my ear, hang on. It was 3 laps, not 2 laps, hang on. I'm getting used. Leclerc completed 60. Joe Guan Yu's won it. Joe's won. Leclerc was 1 lap off. Joe has won. But Leclerc will still be in championship lead by 1 point. This is huge. Joe Guan Yu has won the Californian Grand Prix on because of 3 lap countback. Joe DNF'd on 58. I've messed the maths up. Joe DNF'd 58. Leclerc lap 60. Oh no, sorry. Last lap completed was 58 for Joe. Lap 60 for Leclerc. So, yeah, I'm completely wrong. Joe wins it. That's just... I assumed because Leclerc was on lap 61, that, yeah, that Leclerc DNF'd on lap 61, I assumed that 3 laps would be to 58, but no, Joe DNF'd on lap 59. So I've got this wrong, yeah. Joe Guan Yu has won the Californian Grand Prix. Apologies to any Leclerc or Ferrari fans that think that your driver's won. But it's the Joe Guan Yu fans that are celebrating the man who's got his home Grand Prix next weekend at Zhuhai has won. Let's go through your results in this crazy race. Hulkenberg, Russell, Magnussen. Not even champion leader anymore. I can't call him that anymore. I've called him that every single race this season. But now I can't. Magnussen 18th, Tsunoda 17th, Ocon 16th, Sainz 15th, Albon 14th, Verstappen 13th, De Vries 12th, Gasly 11th. 90% rule has been scrapped for this race. So all top 10 will score points. And it's Hamilton 10th, Norris 9th, Stroll 8th, Piastri 7th, Lawson 6th, Drugovich 5th. Sargent 4th, Porsche 3rd for his first podium in Formula 1 and only his 2nd race. Last not person to do that, I think, was actually Felipe. No, it wasn't Drugovich. It was in his 3rd race. He got 3rd in Russia. Joe 2nd. No, Leclerc, your new championship leader, in 2nd, and Joe Guan Yu for the first time since June, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, wins the Californian Grand Prix 2 weeks before his home Grand Prix in Zhuhai, China. So we'll be back then. Next week is the final round of the SRS season at the Daytona 250. So we'll see you then, or if you're only interested in F1 fantasy, it'll be 2 weeks time for the Chinese Grand Prix. We'll see you then. Goodbye.